Villagers, thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. Those who are liking, sharing, commenting, I appreciate you. My old, new, and returning subscribers, my super thanks gifters, my anonymous supporters, my kings and queens. I say thank you so much for the love you are showing to the channel. I appreciate you. And please, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Ours is to sit down for other people to change our resources into whatever that they deem fit, to bring it back to Africa and sell it to us at a very high rate. They believe that the resources in Africa belong to them, so for that matter, they can change the resources into whatever form and bring it back to Africa and sell it to us. But our leader, our all in all, the savior, the protector, the unifier, the messiah, the king of kings, the most loved, General Abdurrahman Chiani is saying that everything that belongs to the African or is here is for us. So for that matter, we decide what we want to use it, and we also have the know-how as to what to do with our resources. So for that matter, he's given us a very beautiful project, and it is an oil refinery. And this oil refinery, and this is what these people do not want. They always want to make sure that we depend on them, give them our resources in the raw form, so that they would turn it into finished goods, so that there will be ready market for these people. And they will always rise against any leader that is trying to change the African natural resources from its raw form into a finished good, because they don't want it to happen that way. And we cannot continue to depend on these people for everything that we are expecting or we are looking for, because our resources, we have to be able to change it into a finished good and not to always export it in the raw form. And this is the reason to which Africa, we are not moving forward. The reason to which Africa, we do not control everything and people are taking advantage over us is because of this. Always we sit down for other people to use their resources for their own benefit. How can we export something in the raw form? This is a system that they have kept in place that is working for them, and that is the reason to which they don't want any leader to move out of democracy, because through the democratic leaders, they are able to get these things for free. And we've seen that when President of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, decided to give Dangote the chance to refine the crude oil in Nigeria, they've started targeting Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Guys, good news coming from Niger. Our lion from Niger has done it. He has done it. Niger is on the project to construct a new refinery. This refinery is going to produce 100,000 barrels of oil per day. That is the project that Niger is currently on right now, guys. This is massive. Totally massive. See, some people will not really understand why we are really happy and motivated by these Sahel states. And I think those who are vehemently opposing these Sahel leaders, I really don't know any other name to call them apart from saying that they are really witches and wizards. Because when you see what is going on in the Sahel region, and you still have the audacity to fight against what you are seeing, fighting against this liberation that the Sahel leaders are on, then you are nothing else but a witch or a wizard. That is the only thing I know, right? So guys, Niger is building this magnificent refinery. And ask yourself, why is it that for the past 60 years, because people don't really understand, these are countries which for the past 60 years, they were unable to have 3,000 kilometers of road. Not only are they restructuring their road network infrastructure and other forms of infrastructures, they are equally into oil refinery and many other things that we know. That is because they have been able to assert their economic liberation. They have been able to achieve their political liberation, freedom. They are cutting from that umbilical cord that had tied them for hundreds of years. Niger is breaking loose the neo-colonial shackles. They are breaking loose the imperialistic bonds that had tied and held them captive for so many years. And because they are free countries, Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali, they take their decisions without consulting Elysee, without consulting Paris or New York or any country. Whatever comes to their mind that they believe that can benefit their people, they go ahead and start implementing it, and that is what they call true independence. True independence. So far, we have it mostly in Niger, in Burkina Faso, and in Mali. Kudos to General Abdurrahman Tiani. Kudos to General Abdurrahman Tiani. He speaks very little, but when he drops it, it's way more than an atomic bomb. Let me know what you think in the comment section.
So because of all the things that they are getting from Africa and they want to keep getting from Africa, they make sure that we will always be at the consumption side, and we can't move forward with this. And that is the change that Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso leaders are breaking away from, because Africa, we need to control the narrative. We need to be able to change the resources into whatever that we need before we can see a better Africa and a change in Africa. As long as we continue to depend on these people for everything, we will continue to suffer. We will never see progress, and things must not continue this way, because we need to break away and set ourselves free, and we need these resources to benefit us and not other people. Other people cannot have a say when it comes to our resources. We saw that France even came out to tell these people that Niger, the president, that he doesn't have the right to sell the uranium to Russia. It doesn't make sense, because they think that when it happens that way, Europe is going to lose its power in the Sahel and in Niger. They are not thinking about what Africans will get, but it is always what they will make out of our own resources. And this is a fight we all need to fight against. But we've seen that our leaders are even helping, looking at the things that are all in us in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso always bring out. Our leaders are the ones that are helping these oppressors to continue to be fighting against us. If not, if African Union claims that they are looking for a better Africa, and for that matter, we need to unite, and then always in their summit, they tell us what we need to do. We have to stop exporting these natural resources, telling us AB, every blessed day, the same stories, and they are not doing things right. And we've seen that Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso are doing exactly what these people always sit in their summits to preach. Why wouldn't they team up and support them? But this same organization sanctioned Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso simply because they decided to leave colonization, move out of oppression, and fight for total freedom. Africa, we are not free, but people think that we are free. We are still under slavery. As long as we don't control the resources, we don't control anything that is in our soil, we are still under slavery. If we control the narrative, people will not tell us what we should be doing in this 21st century. So Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso are leaders that are changing the narrative, and we need to use the resources that we have here, refine it, and export it in the finished form and not in the raw form. And we have to break the chains of selling our resources in that manner, because Africa will never gain anything if we continue to be doing the old things and expecting different results. We have beautiful things that we built. We don't put them into use because they don't always allow us to do what they think that will affect them. But the continent is for us, and the resources here belong to us. So everything that we need, we have to use our resources to get it. Other people are taking the cobalt and the uranium and everything. We saw that Niger was sleeping in darkness, yet they have the uranium that was powering France. And African Union is quiet. These are the things that they always pray, because they want leaders that will continue to give them access to everything that is in Africa. And we, the youth, we have to fight against it, because we can't continue to be living slavery as an inheritance to our generations to come. We need to fight to make sure that everything that is here, we take control over it, and we will make sure that these things benefit us. And if we continue to love the system called democracy, Africa will never go anywhere, because it's through that system that the Western America always control the leaders, because they give us the leaders that are always leading us, because according to their former CIA boss, they are the ones who give us the leaders that are leading us. And any leader that will come and wouldn't do their bid, you have to go. So we have to fight against that system called democracy and get leaders who will be like Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso to change the narrative, because the African deserve the best. We are the best already. So nature has blessed us with everything, and other people must not enjoy what belongs to the African. We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world, in Africa, West Africa, and in Niger.